Hello everyone, this is going to be a quick video to show you how you can figure out exactly how many calories you should be eating every day. This is what I use to figure out how many calories I should be eating, and in the past 10 months I've lost about 60 pounds. There are a lot of other things to consider, but we're going to keep it pretty simple in this video and just give you the equation. And so, quite simply, it's different for females and for males. Since I am male, I'm going to use the bottom one. I'm going to pull up my little calculator here because I've already done the math, and it turns out that if you multiply 10 times my weight, now my weight is 230 pounds because I'm an American, woohoo! But if I were not, I would measure it in kilograms. So I could just divide 230 by like 2.2 something. Or you can just use like a pounds to kilograms converter online and find out that I weigh about 104 kilograms. Awesome. So I'll put that in for this equation here. So 10 times 104 plus 6.25 times my height in centimeters, which is going to be 172 centimeters, 0.72, or 5'8" inches. And it's very important, unlike your Tindo bios, to not lie here. You have to, if you're 5'10", then say you're 5'10". Don't say you're 6 feet. If you're 5'8", say you're 5'8". If you're 5'7", you're 5'7". You're not 5'8", and so on, right? So put your correct height, and you're going to use centimeters if you're multiplying by 6.25 here. Then you will subtract 5 times your age. I am 48. And then whether you're female or male, you'll either subtract 161 calories or add 5 calories. Then you have one more step, and that's to multiply by your weekly activity. I think that my weekly activity is somewhere between moderately active and active. I chose 1.7 as my multiplier, which is why I end up with a base metabolic rate of 3,200 calories. Now, what that means is that if I don't want to lose any more weight, if I just want to stay 230 pounds, then I should keep on exercising the way I'm exercising and keep eating at 3,200 calories per day. I actually think that that estimate is a little high. So what I'm going to refer you to, what I can refer you all to is actually Calorie Calculator, or calculator.net, which has a lot of different calculators for different things. And the reason I like this one is it actually takes the average of 3 different BMR equations. So there's the first one, the most popular one that I've given you here. That's the Mifflin-St. Jean equation. And that's this equation here. But Calorie Calculator actually uses 3 different equations and then gives you the average of that. So I've already plugged in my information here. I'm going to calculate that, and that tells me 2,900 calories a day. Now that feels right to me. Granted, as I've said before, I'm not an expert. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not even a scientist. I'm an English teacher. So you should definitely consult with an expert if you have actual real concerns. But for a rough guide of what you should be eating, this is about right. 2,900 calories, meaning I'm trying to lose weight. A 500 calorie per day deficit is about good. Now, I will point out that it shows that you could go to, you could lose about 2 pounds a week by going into a 1,000 calorie a day deficit. Basically, 3,500 calories is about what a pound of fat, it makes up about a pound of fat. So if you can cut 3,500 calories per week, or 500 per day, then you're going to lose about a pound a week. Now, I'm aiming for a little bit less than that because I also want to build muscle, and I don't want to turn my body against itself. If it starts consuming things, it's going to start consuming your muscle as well if you're into too much of a caloric deficit. So I want to recompose my body. I need to burn the fat and build with the muscle. I'm going to use a lot of protein, and I'm not going to go too heavy, too aggressive. I'm thinking a 500 calorie deficit per day is appropriate. That's what I would advise all of you. The last thing I'll mention here, since they bring it up at the bottom, is this idea of zigzag calorie cycling. This is what I do. They give you Sunday and Saturday as cheat days. This means that if you're following my plan of a 500 calorie per day deficit, that on your cheat days, you actually get to eat at maintenance. Now, this is very, very, very important that you hear that message. You get to eat at maintenance on your cheat day. You don't get to cheat and just do whatever you want. There are too many people saying, intermittent fast throughout the week, do this throughout the week, and then on Sundays you eat whatever. That is bullshit. You can't just do whatever you want one day. You're going to wipe out the entire week's fasting from just eating that much. If you eat one entire bag of Starburst, mini grab bag of Starburst, very easy to do that. That's about 900 calories right there, close to 1,000 really. That's 2 days of your dieting gone because you binged. If you eat just one serving of that, you can fit that into a maintenance plan. But if you eat the whole bag, then you ruined the previous 2 days of dieting. So it's very, very important, critically important, that on your cheat days, you don't full-on cheat. You still just eat at maintenance. Now, I am a little bit more aggressive. I only allow myself one cheat day. And even more than that, it's only on my cheat days when I am allowed to have candy or soda, and I'm only allowed to have one serving. Now, if you're trying to eat at maintenance or a cut, it'd be almost impossible to have more than that anyways. So, it's not easy. That's my last message to all of you who are trying to cut. I've never experienced what it's like to try to have to bulk, to have to work to put on weight. I don't understand that, but I see it all the time. So obviously take everything I'm saying in reverse. If you're trying to build muscle, eat the right things and put on like a 500 calorie per day surplus. If it's telling you that to maintain your weight, you need to eat 2,000 calories, start eating 2,500 if you're trying to build muscle. It needs to build from something. The rest of us that are trying to lose weight, it's a 500 calorie deficit per day. That's a great way to go. Also, remember, it's gonna take time. It's not going to happen that quickly. And if you go too quickly, you greatly increase the risk that you're going to bounce right back to your weight and even further. There's been a lot of studies that have shown that people who lose weight aggressively not only gain their weight back, but then they fly past that ceiling. So you want to do this slow. It's not about something that you're doing as a correction against a lifetime of mistakes. It's about a lifestyle change ultimately, which is why the cheat days have to be maintenance days, because you have to learn what a maintenance day is. For now, hopefully this has been helpful to all of you. Keep lifting, stay strong, may the force be with you.